I chose motivation as my topic for the analysis paper. So we're going to go over the origin, status, benefits, and challenges of motivation facing educators today. Motivation is an internal desire or willingness to do something. Motivation is what encourages people to set goals and then to take action to work toward achieving those goals. Motivation and student engagement goes hand in hand. A student who is engaged in what they are learning is motivated to learn, and a student who is motivated is going to be engaged in learning. Engaging and motivating learners can be challenging considering all classrooms are filled with students who have a wide variety of interests and abilities. It requires much effort and creativity from teachers. Educators and teachers or slash teachers need inspiration and motivation too. They need positive relationships, but they need to be flexible, purposeful and relevant teaching, safe and stimulating classroom climates, positive classroom management, reflectiveness and collaboration, innovative teaching, and enthusiasm. The purpose of the original expectancy value model was to predict students' achievement behaviors within an educational context. It has since been changed and includes the cost as one of the three major factors that influence student motivation. Expectancy refers to a student's expectation that they can actually succeed in the assigned task. It energizes students because they feel empowered to meet the learning objectives of the course. Value involves a student ability to perceive the importance of engaging in a particular task. This gives meaning to the assignment or activity because students are clear on why the task or behavior is valuable. And then lastly, cost points to the barriers that impede a student's ability to be successful on an assignment, activity, and or the course at large. Therefore, students might have success expectancies and perceive high task value. However, they might also be aware of obstacles to their engagement or a potential negative effect resulting in performance of the task, which could decrease their motivation. So essentially, I am free of barriers that prevent me from investing my time, energy, and resources into the activity is the cost. Here you see an image of the student and teacher motivation needs ladder, and it goes over basic survival, extrinsically motivated compliance, physically and emotionally safety, connection to school community, engagement and excitement, empowerment, intrinsically motivated mastery, and actualization of interest and talents. So just something that's valuable in the process of student and student and teacher motivation needs ladder. It works on both ends, like both the educator and the student needs to experience this. Addressing barriers is valuable and important when trying to motivate your students. For students specifically who don't have the motivation or inspiration, they don't believe that they can, or they don't know their why, their motivation, what lights their fire, what inspires them to further their education or to learn. It's so valuable when considering how you would motivate your student. People with low motivation and self-esteem and low vision about a future, they can't imagine something for themselves. They don't have dreams. And so again, going into the barriers of wanting to motivate a student, if they can't imagine or dream their future or even just the value in what they will gain from learning, it'll be challenging to motivate or inspire them to want to learn. So something to consider as you're navigating the struggles that come with trying to motivate your student. I know I'm not the only person that's heard someone say like, education is just not for me. And I would like to argue that I disagree and would say that education is for everyone. I chose this image because I felt it was significant and related to just recognizing how valuable education is and how we all need it. Um, Raise your hand to make education work for everyone. So um, my curiosity would be, in my question and disagreement in saying that education is just not for me, would be that maybe they don't know what motivates or drives them, what's their why. And it's taken me, I'm almost 40, and just really learning and navigating my niche and really figuring out how I am to show up in the world, in my individuality, and to inspire others. And so I know sometimes it takes a lot of time. Some people get it young and some people get it old, but it's never too late to start. And I think if we could help people navigate their whys, then that would remove a huge barrier. And maybe even relating it to, like, in everything we do, we're learning, whether it's starting a new job, you still have to go through training and you have to learn the process and the policies of this new employer. And so everything we do requires learning. And so maybe reframing what education really means, for those who don't have the motivation that they desire, or maybe you can encourage them to desire the motivation to to learn. And this is a quote from one of the articles that I'll be listing in my sources, but it says, what is clear from studies that support many motivation theories is that when we learn successfully, motivation has provided the initiation and energy that led us to start pursuing a goal, persist in the face of distractions and competing goals, and invest adequate mental effort to master the range of complex cognitive operations needed to achieve the goal. Just one of the many motivational theories. Here you see a list of my sources that I used for my article or for my paper and my presentation. I would also just like to thank you for listening to my presentation and taking the opportunity to engage and be curious. Thank you and have a great week.